Good evening, and welcome to Golden Compass Tarot. Today we are doing a Moral Might edition with the Dragon Council to see what kind of adversities and challenges that we have before us that we are to overcome to go from a position of darkness over to some more illumination or clarity in life. So, with that, let's see what they've got to say today. The first card is the High Priestess. The second card is the Five of Pentacles. And finally, we have the Magician. A quick overview then of the individual cards, and then to see how each one of these impacts the other, going both forward and in some cases backwards, depending on what lessons we need or what blueprint we're after. So to start us off, the High Priestess represents balance of intuition between light and dark, and just understanding what is needed to maintain the balance in the center. The Five of Pentacles suggests a change. In this case, the two people are either leaving from a building out in the cold, or they are finding refuge coming from a distant land into the building from the cold. And finally, the Magician, the one who is in tune with all things around him, as depicted by his hand pointing up and below, and having all the different suits at his table, the pentacle, the cup, the sword, and the wand, and understanding not only what is needed, but in which way it has to be acted upon to get the best result. So, let's consider how these connect. Sometimes we have to follow our intuition if a place or group or community does not serve us. Then the only proper and appropriate thing to do is to leave that community, be it may not be helpful, we may have outgrown it, as in we're on a path of development and the members are stagnant or stuck. They will not be quite as accepting of maybe some new perspective. So, where that leads to then is you have to find somewhere else to go. Or we may simply just have to leave for now. Because the Magician, again, represents harmony in all things. And so coming back to the Five of Pentacles then, just because we leave a place does not mean we need to go and seek refuge right away at another place to replace that void that is now missing. Going all the way back to the beginning, the High Priestess would suggest that we reflect on how this thing served or did not serve our needs, so we can more recognize a place or group or community that is more in alignment with what our needs are, or simply our moral reflections. Which is then represented by the Magician in being able to understand what does not serve, and then more so what we do need. We can look for the proper places to find refuge out of the cold, or we can find that warm light that we can bring ourselves into, so that we ourselves may shine again and grow brighter and contribute to the light that is already in this place that we found, that now aligns more with our values. And so I leave you with this then, is to sit, pause, and reflect. And examine the places that you belong to right now. And think about how you feel whenever you're in these different places. Because the Pentacles does represent physical. And do you feel drained whenever you leave or you're done? Or do you feel enlightened and refreshed? As if you say things like, I could have been there all night and it would have went by in a flash. Or do you find yourself saying things like, oh man, this is dragging on? Those are very important things that should not be ignored. Because the council is saying that staying stuck in a place that does not serve us, it only serves to make the light dim in our own lives, where we could be doing very much so the opposite. And it doesn't have to be a spectacular exodus. No grandiose presentation of, why this group isn't right for me anymore, to really tell them or let it be known. It doesn't matter. People will find their own way eventually, both out of that same group or community, while others who may need that community to lighten and enliven them may find their way into it. So just understand that it has served its purpose and it no longer does. And now you are just simply looking for that same kind of avenue that give you the same energy or enlightenment whenever you first join this place. Humbly thank them for their time and the opportunities to sit with them, to grow and learn, and simply say now that you have a new path that you have to walk.